Hey there, it is almost the end of November, and you know what that means? That's right, December is coming fast and hard. And for those of you who have had a long, dry, sad November, I'm sure you'll be grateful that December is coming soon. By the way, since I'm back to filming, I'm back to slapping my butt. So let's try this. I think I have to get up on my chair. Whoa, it rotates. So this is scary. Whee! Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. There's the butt slap for today. And I didn't die. So my initial plan last week, I only meant to take a few days off, and then it extended into what? Has it been a week and a half? Over a week and a half now since I've been on here? That was not my intention. So originally, the last video I posted was Monday last week. I explained that I needed to take a little bit of a break from social media and just get my head straight, clear my head, reduce my anxiety level. That effectively happened because I did not once think about social media all last week because other stuff came up. It was super frustrating, so I replaced my stress with other stress, which is very effective when you're stressed. If you want to stop thinking about the thing that's stressing you out, just run into some new stressful encounter. Problem solved. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It was a little frustrating, and it was quite funny. It's quite a funny story. Anyway, public service announcement. I do not recommend the flavor of siphoned dishwasher water. I don't. So it all started with an error code. So last Monday, I posted the last video. Tuesday night, my dishwasher stopped working. It was running. It sounded like it was trying to drain. There was this error code. Turns out it was a high water error code. So there's water either in the machine or under the machine, a blockage, a leak, something like that. So this is an old Samsung machine, 8 years old. Yeah, I know. Samsung lasting 8 years for a dishwasher. I lucked out. But anyway, I never had any problems until this point. I did a lot of Googling Reddit and YouTube, came to the rescue. I don't know what this means, crossing my fingers. Came to the rescue. I came across a lot of threads on Reddit, people having this exact same problem with this type of machine, with the Samsung specifically. And what happens is there's the check valve, which is this little valve. I'll put a picture up that's in the bottom of the machine that I think it prevents backflow of food. This check valve, they can sometimes break and the piece can get stuck in the drain tubing, okay? And it creates this error code. So a lot of people have this problem. Some people were finding they'd run water through the machine and it would just keep draining, 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 and eventually it would work again. So they didn't realize probably what was happening is that piece was stuck in the machine somewhere in the drain tube, and all that water flushing through eventually pushed it through. They didn't realize that. Other people said, hey, it's a check valve, replace the check valve. Okay, so I ordered some more check valves, called my neighbor over. He helps me out with stuff. And so we're going through this, trying to problem solve. He's thinking, well, let's chuck the pump and all this stuff just in case. So anyway, this went from Tuesday until Friday, trying to fix this fucking machine. By the way, I do swear. I'm going to make another video probably tomorrow talking about swearing in videos. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I do swear occasionally. I've had some people complain, but I will address that concern in tomorrow's video. Anyway, so Tuesday through Friday, trying to troubleshoot to see if we can get this machine going, with a super cheap check valve part, if we can get it to work. Great, right? So we checked the pump, so the drain pump worked fine, the circulation pump worked fine. I've learned so much about dishwashers, I swear. It's been quite interesting, actually. And I really went down the rabbit hole on Reddit and YouTube, so I've learned a shitload about these machines, but I don't have it anymore, so it's too bad. I learned all this stuff, and now I don't have that machine. I felt so validated at various points, though, realizing that the thing that I thought was wrong with it was actually the problem. But anyway, it still went badly in the end. So here we go. So we checked everything. We checked the tubing. We checked so many different things. Couldn't find that piece stuck. Couldn't get it going again. We'd get it going for a little bit, and then the error message would flash again. It's like going downstairs, flip the breaker, going up, checking this, checking that, turn it on, turn it off. You know how it is, right? So this went on Tuesday through Friday. At one point, there's a shorter piece of drain tube that we hadn't checked yet. We had checked the other long piece. We hadn't checked the short one. We checked the pump. We looked everywhere to see if there's anything stuck. Finally, we checked this shorter piece. So picture this. I really should have filmed this whole thing because it would have been fucking hilarious. Oh no, I swore again. Oh no, that's okay. That's what I do. I swear. I swear sometimes. It will not hurt you. Anyway, so picture this. We're there with this drain tube. one of those dollar store drain snake things. You know, it's like orange. It has a loop on one on the end, the handle, and then it looks like a spine, right, with a little thing sticking out the side to catch hair and shit in the drain. So we've got this jamming this in the drain tube, and then this big honk of check valve flooshes out the end, whooshes. Oh, by the way, my kitchen was a disaster. Like this whole time, it was like this machine was squirting all over my floor. It was like Pornhub in my kitchen. It was crazy. That machine was a squirter. And then this tubing, having that check valve fly out the end like a champagne cork, it was freaking hilarious. It was so funny. I really wish I got it on camera, but it was frustrating. So we were like, I was like leaping up and down, like, yeah, I knew it. I knew it was this check valve. And we found the fucking piece. And I had bought new ones. And so we tried it, got it all set up. And it's like, oh yeah, flip the breaker, get it all wired in. And it was leaking. So yeah, I just went on and on and on. And finally we just said, you know what? I'm going to get a new machine. After all this, there's got to be something else wrong with it. Maybe it was blocked for so long that it like something else went wrong. I don't know. But it was just, it's like, it's not worth it. At this point, I don't want to replace anything else. It's like 8 years old. It's not worth taking this whole thing apart again. And it had been apart, I don't know how many times between Tuesday and Friday. And I was like twitching. My eye was twitching at this point. I was like, I just want a fucking washing machine. And like, okay, you know, like I grew up with no washing machine as a kid. You know, I did dishes with my family all the time. We always had the assembly line going. One person washes, one dries, one puts away, whatever. So like, I have no problem washing dishes by hand. I just wanted my kitchen back. I just wanted everything put away. I just wanted to wash my floors, you know. Anyway, so finally, near the end of Friday, during the day, it's like, I got to get a new dishwasher. Oh, okay, Black Friday sales, let's run there. My neighbor has a truck, so we took his truck. I got a new dishwasher, and then we came back here, and I said, let's just put it in the garage. Neither of us wanted to deal with it that day. We'd been working 4 hours that day on this machine. I think it was like another, probably that amount throughout the week before this. I mean, easily 8 hours, 10 hours working on this fucking machine, and countless minutes that I had spent hours possibly researching, watching YouTube videos, trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with this thing. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I felt so validated when it was the check valve. I really did. I felt like, yes, I figured it out and I was right. And then it still didn't work. So anyway, Sunday, he had time. We put the machine in, got it all set up. It was like, yes, this is so easy to put together compared to the old one. Got it all hooked up, ready to go. I run a quick cycle with it empty just to see if it's, you know, make sure it's all working. We sit there for a while. Yeah, okay, he cleans up his tools. He goes home. Like maybe 10 minutes later, the machine is leaking. New machine, water all over the floor underneath. So I call him back over. We're checking everything, and I figured out, oh, okay, it was it's just the insulation underneath that's wet. So we figured out that probably some of the insulation had got trapped in the door when we closed the door, just from like, there's like this weird piece that's just kind of sitting funny underneath, and then the insulation of the door, something got trapped in there, and then water leaked through the door. I haven't had problems since, but it was like, are you fucking kidding me? But yeah, at one point, he had a wet dry vac at his house. I didn't have one, so I'm like, okay, at one point I had to drain the dishwasher. You know, I'm using a cup to empty the old one by hand, and at a certain point I'm like, I got to get the rest of the water out so then we can take it apart. And the siphoning, yes, I siphoned the remainder. There's only a little bit of water left, but at that point, okay, there was vinegar in the water because we had got it working at one point, and I put vinegar in it to clean the machine because it was kind of stanky at that point. And then it stopped working. You know, 10, 15 minutes into that cycle. So the whole thing just smelled like vinegar. My kitchen smelled like vinegar from Tuesday until Friday. It smelled like vinegar. Okay. And even after that, I could just still smell it in my nose because, you know, but yeah, so I was trying to get the water out at the bottom, the vinegar water. I found a piece of tubing from my gardening supplies, and I siphoned that bad boy. I have a picture. I will pop it on the screen here. Yeah, I siphoned it. And yeah, that vinegar water was foul. It was nasty. I mean, no dishes had been in there for a while, but it was like, it was really salty. And you know, you can't siphon liquid without getting it in your mouth. Not really what I wanted to be tasting as I was sucking on something. Yeah, salty and sour. It was... This video is brought to you by Listerine mouthwash. Not sponsored. So that was my week. And then I had other stuff that I had to do this week, but then I thought, okay, I'll get back into making videos, but I just needed to decompress after all that bullshit. And I haven't been idle. I've been doing a lot of work. I've been updating all my YouTube descriptions and my links and all that stuff. So you can go through my descriptions now and all my links are working and updated. And I'm also, even though I have made fun of influencers in the past, and I guess I'm kind of an influencer, now it's official. I am now an Amazon influencer. I'm in the influencer programs. I'm officially an influencer. This needs another butt slap. Let's get up on the woo. Woo. Yeah, I'm officially an influencer. Hashtag no fap. You probably want to see feet. I don't know why you want to see my feet. No shame, but no judgment for me. But you know, I gotta just like feed the algo, right? So there's my feet. Yep, I got feet, and they're clean. I had a shower not that long ago, and yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I have feet. I will be back tomorrow making a video about swearing and slapping my butt. Oh, that was a slapper. That was a glute slapper. So hope you're good. Almost. Hashtag yes fap. Stay strong, guys. Stay strong. You can do it. You can do it.